everyone, Melina here, and I'm gonna try to record this before I get eaten alive by insects. But as most of you might know, it is Pride Month. The month of June is Pride Month. As a proud queer lady who is highly obsessed with comics of all sorts, I wanted to, this is something I kind of wanted to do for a while, and I just decided to, and I did a little bit of research, but I knew most of the stuff already, and it's to do a list, like a kind of master list of LGBT characters in comics. And now I'm aware that there are more LGBT characters in comics that aren't going to be included in this list, but these are ones that I have read or at least own and intend on reading really soon. If I'm wrong about any of the like things that I say, like of what they identify as, let me know, but I have as thoroughly researched it as I can. And it's all written down in my little gay notebook I got from Second and Charles that is like my new favorite thing in the world. So like I did like a whole like list of like queer comic characters. One thing that I just wanted to get out of the way real quick is Krista and Ymir, and also Rainer, I believe. All of them have at least insinuated, and I believe Krista and Ymir were confirmed as a couple by the creators. I'm not 100% sure, but I liked that representation, and I love them so much. They're so adorable, and this is like my favorite anime. And this is obviously the first volume, but I have volumes with them, but it's just the Colossal edition, so I didn't feel like getting that giant thing out. I am aware that there's tons of other comics with LGBT representation. I mean, manga comics specifically. I really want to get into those, such as Girlfriends, Citrus. I know that there's ones with queer men, and I just want to get into all those, but so far this is all I have, because my collection is kind of not there fully yet. There's still many that I need to get. But now that that's all out of the way, let me start. These are going to be not necessarily in order of my favorites, except maybe the first few, but it's in order of publisher. One that I just wanted to get out of the way because I don't have any of the comics that I own with her with me here. They're in storage. But from Marvel, we're starting off with Marvel. It's, let me see if I can have it adjusted. It's Thundera. I know her because she's in the She-Hulk comics, and she's part of the group The Lady Liberators, that she forms with like a bunch of other kick-ass ladies. I know that she's queer. I believe that she's not lesbian though, because I believe that there's like a whole weird story with the Red She-Hulk and stuff, but I know that she's at least queer, and she constantly and consistently hits on Jenny throughout the series. So there's that. And I have three more. I guess there's only three more characters from Marvel. First, we have my all-time favorite queer male from Marvel, which is Deadpool. He has been confirmed by the writers of his comics as pansexual. I highly ship him and Spider-Man, so I really liked the whole series that they have together. And yeah, there's that, there's him, and he does explain and make advances to both men and women throughout his comics, so it is kind of more addressed. And yeah. Next, I have from the Young Avengers, basically everyone, but my favorite queer lady of like all time, America Chavez. She is Latina, she's queer, she is a lesbian, and she has a girlfriend in this series, and she was also raised by two moms who I believe are also like canonly gay. And yeah, so there's a lot going on with her. Love her. Then of course, you can't really mention the Young Avengers and LGBT characters in comics without mentioning Hulkling and Wiccan, Billy and Teddy, like the power couple for the LGBT community from comics. They're adorable together. I had no idea like, I just heard so many people talk about Young Avengers that I had no idea how queer it was going to be when I picked it up, and it was just a very pleasant surprise. But, yeah, that's them together at the top. So they are a canonly gay couple, so I believe they both identify as gay. And I thought that was all, but there's one more that I'm missing. Okay, here we go. And the last one that I have here from Marvel is Loki. There has been discussions on his sexuality. Kid Loki from Young Avengers has been said as pansexual as well, and also he is gender fluid, and he switches back and forth between genders a lot in this comic specifically that I've read, and yeah, so you have this one. You have Loki, which people complain, they're like, oh, that's not good representation because he's not a good person, but I mean, gay people can be bad people too. So, then you have one of my all-time favorite publishers, and the queerest publishers ever, and that is Boombox. So we're going to start off with the most overrated of theirs, which is Lumberjanes. You have Mal and her girlfriend, whose name is failing me right now, who are in a couple, like they are together. I don't know if they identify as lesbian or just queer or bisexual, but I know that they are together, and that she is trans, and that later they have added also trans boys into the series as well. It's adorable and fluffy. It's like about girls at a summer camp. I mean, I feel like everyone knows at this point, but yes, it's really good. And then more underrated from Boombox that I wish more people knew about was The Backstagers, which is basically about these boys who work in like the theater drama department of their school, but they work like backstage, like to do all the lights and settings and stuff. It's been a while since I've read it, so the names I'm sucking so hardcore at. But I know that they are both queer in some sort of way, and they're so cute. I want them to get together so bad. I don't know if they have already. I've only read like the first few issues, but it is so adorable, so fluffy, so gay. And he is trans. The names fail me, but you can connect them with the pictures, and I mean, even if you're not necessarily just looking specifically for queer comics, these are all like fantastic comics that you should check out anyway. Then I have Goldie Vance. I recently read a trade that I got for Christmas from my sister of her, and like I fell in love with her. She is basically if Nancy Drew was a queer woman of color, because she's a detective, and she like has different little mysteries that she likes solving, and she has a girlfriend in this, and they are just the cutest, and I don't know if she's a lesbian or just like bi or queer in some sort of way. I think she's a lesbian because from the beginning they only show her having interest in girls, but I don't think it was ever specifically said what she is, but I think she's a lesbian. And moving on, the last title I have from Power Up, from Boombox, is Power Up, and I've only read the first issue. This is like, what, the fourth issue? I'm slowly getting them as I can find them in random issues, but I'm not sure if he is trans or just enjoys cross-dressing, but he is the reason I wanted to pick this up in the first place. So it is about these people that one day this like big explosion or something happens and they all have superpowers now. And it's really adorable. All of the art styles for all Power Up titles are like ridiculously cute. So I'd keep an eye out for those. Next, we have my second favorite comic book character of all time, Harley Quinn, who has recently been like confirmed canonly as bisexual and having a romantic relationship with Ivy, which I'm not super into because, yes, I love all things queer and I love Harley Quinn to death, but me and my sister would always be like, oh, that's us, because we're like, it's a sisterly bond, and now it's not. But people say that they believe that Poison Ivy is a lesbian. My sister thinks that she's bisexual because she does kiss and flirt with a lot of men in her series, but I don't know. But they are both queer badass ladies from DC. So, if I didn't specify already, we're moving on to DC. Then here, we have Batwoman. This is the new variation of her. I haven't read this yet, but I know that she is a lesbian and that she has a, I believe, lesbian cop girlfriend. And I really want to get into this. I even have a poster of her on my wall, even though I haven't read any of it yet, because I know that she is a lesbian, like, lady. It's just reppin'. And the last one that I have here from DC is recently, when I was looking up all of these things, they said that in the Greg Rucka rebirth of her series that she has been confirmed as a bisexual lady. So here for it. Like, Wonder Woman is one of the best females in all of, like, comic book existence. By the way, my favorite in general is She-Hulk. It's just, she's straight, so she doesn't enter into this list. But, yes, so we have Wonder Woman. It's starting to get dark. I'll try to go fast through these last, like, 10 or whatever. So we have her. That's, like, great representation. Then we have from Archie Comics, Kevin Keller. He is, like, one of the first openly gay characters in comic books. He has multiple different boyfriends throughout the course of, like, his stories and stuff. Just got a text. And even the death of Archie's story where Archie dies, it is because he is protecting Kevin when he runs for office and a person tries to assassinate him, which I recently saw Milk, and it's like, the similarities are uncanny, but I adore Kevin. And they use the fact that he's gay a lot to bring and address a lot of needed, you know, light on like queer issues and stuff. Speaking of light, I'm just gonna try to, there you go. Then also from Archie Comics, I have Jughead. In this run, like the New Age Archie Comics, he is confirmed asexual. So, for those of you who don't know specific terms aside from the LGBT, asexual means that you basically don't have any sexual desires, so I felt like when they confirmed that, it was very accurate, although I know that a lot of people were mad, because now in the new Riverdale show, he apparently, like, wants to bang Betty or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to, but I was never into that, because it was always a love triangle. Don't make it a love square by having him jock on, like, one of Archie's girls. Anyways, from Aftershock, I have Chalice, I believe her name is, from Alters. She is a trans woman who, when she's with her family, she has to do the whole appearance as a boy, but when she goes out and fights crime and is like a superhero, she is in her true form of a woman. She has like the wig and everything, and she's living her life and doing good. And I'm almost done. I got two from Image here. We have first off, you have Bitch Planet right here. I haven't read it yet. This is issue 2. I've just heard that there's a lot of queer lady representation, and they're releasing exclusive covers for Pride for that title. So I'm here for that. And then I wanted a panel with him, but it's only if I can find it. Okay. Then we have Jesus from The Walking Dead. Possibly one of the most badass male gay characters to be introduced into comics. There is also Aaron and Eric, who were originally introduced before Jesus, I believe, and they are also in the show. I know that Denise is in the show, but, I mean, in the comics as well, but I don't know if she, I haven't gotten that far, so I don't know if Tara is there, or that if it's a romance that sparks between them, or if she is just the Doctor. From Devil's Due Publishing, I have Hack Slash, because we have Cassie Hack, who is a canon lesbian. So she loves up on a lot of ladies in the series. If you don't know, she's basically a girl who goes around with her companion, Vlad, who I absolutely adore. He is so cute. And they kill serial killers. Let's see. almost done. 4 titles left. We have 2 titles from Dark Horse. I've never read Zodiac Star Force, but they say there's queer ladies in it, and that's why I picked it up in the first place, besides the fact that it's adorable, so we'll see about that. Then we have Spells on Wheels, which, god damn it, I can't remember her name, but she, let me see, I'm trying not to shadow it, but the first girl here is queer. I don't know if she's a lesbian or not. I know that she's queer. And then on the list of gay comic book ladies, Tank Girl kept coming up. I don't know if that is an official canon thing, because I know that she has her kangaroo guy boyfriend, and I don't know, I've seen it debated back and forth whether she's not. And then the last one I have here, that's from Titans Publishing, and then I have from Vertigo, Lucifer. I don't know if in the comics he's bisexual, but in the TV show he is, and that is it. Yes, if you want me to go more in-depth on anyone, or like do a whole specific video on one of them, and then me talking about the ships or stuff, specifics, let me know. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you want to see more of my face and my comics and my books and all that stuff that I talk about. Bye!